everyone, and welcome to another One Piece manga chapter read along. Next week, no new chapters, so we have to savor what we can today. I'll be reading chapter 1191. In the live chat, we have Hunter, Modru, Odinoko, Cherry has joined us, Booty, Dark Shadow, welcome everyone, and lurkers. And if you're watching this back later, thank you so much for joining. There was a lot of One Piece news today. First, two movies coming out. One in 2027, God Valley. One in 2028, which is just called BAAD. And I'm like, what? What? So some people are theorizing that it's a teach movie. Oh, 2029, sorry, thank you. 2027 and 2029. And I just saw people theorizing. I don't know what BAAD means, but I think people were theorizing on Twitter it's a teach movie, but I don't know based on what. I didn't look into it. Not only that, but the top 100 the poll came out. So that's really, really cool. One Piece World top 100. So Luffy was first with 2.3 million points. Zoro was second with 2.1. Sanji was third with 1.3. Nami has 1 million. Law is fifth with 700,000. And then from 700,000 to 300,000 for Nico Robin. What? I am shocked, but okay. Robin always wins. Like Nami won the first, when I was catching up with One Piece, for the first 4 years or so, I had the One Piece awards. Nami won the first one, and then Robin won. So like, I honestly did not expect her to be so far behind Nami. Especially not after Elbaf and stuff, but I think the voting was before, but still, crazy. I love Nami though, but the gap is just a bit shocking. Then Ace, Shanks, Mihawk, and Crocodile is where the top 10 ends. Then, I was really happy to see Roshinante at 11, but I think it's linked to Law's votes because their whole story goes together. Boa 12th, Tony Chopper, Sabo, very happy to see Uta in the top 20, and very happy to see Carrot in the top 20. Rocks is already 17th, is crazy. I feel like that movie is going to drive people wild. There was a small flashback where he was kind of like, his silhouette was in the flashback in today's episode of One Piece, right? And I could literally like hear his fans screaming and peeing themselves in excitement. You know, like, I said this in the reaction, but I have to say it again. You know those little sausage dogs when they get so excited and they start just peeing? I love those dogs, but I could just hear, like, I think it's gonna be wild once he's actually in the anime. It's gonna be something. Then we have Yamato, Usopp, and Loki in the top 20. Then Charlotte Cracker, 21st, above Doflamingo, above Kid, above Perona, Buggy, Marco, Brooke, Vivi, Frankie, Jinbei. That is crazy. But let's take a look at why. A Cracker fan in Japan bought 9,000 copies to vote for him, spending around 21,000 USD. So here's a tweet from the person. In the One Piece popularity poll, I cost 9,304 postcard votes for Cracker-kun. He placed an impressive 21st. The fact that Kirimoto-sama is his voice actor is one of the reasons I've come to love him so much. So wait, let me just quickly, before we read the manga, Charlotte Cracker. Let's just Takuya Kirimoto, if I do this on my list, he's also he's not a lot of characters that I have seen in anime, like no recognizable characters for me. Is he an actor also, maybe? He does Apothecary Diaries dad character. He's an amazing voice actor, but I'm just like, wow. $20,000. Whew, that is insane dedication, like Cherry says. But I think the thing that I'm happiest with is the fact that Roshinante is 11th. That probably makes me the most happy. But also these two being top 20 together like that. But Roshinante, and of course the top 3. But this makes me the saddest. Just the gap between Nami and Robin. Like, it should be so much closer. But okay. Even Blackbeard is 60th. And Rox is 17th. Wow. Emporio Ivankov just made it into the top 100, so that's great. One Piece is jam-packed with a lot of great characters, so. Have you seen Rox's official VA? I have not, but he was in the episode today, so you can tell me, please. I would like to know. I'm sad they didn't reveal the amount of votes for Cracker. I want to see what percentage of votes are from him. I'm thinking most. If he got 201,000 and it keeps dropping here it from Shanks, from Ace to Shanks, it's 100,000 less. Then it's 1,000 less, 1,000 less. I would say at least 50,000 less, and then like, let's say 150. I don't know, but he must have still got a lot of votes if he 9,000 was from him. I'm thinking half, at least half, right? Oh. Okay, so my video has been paused for probably 20 minutes. I already did my whole intro, so I'm just going to continue, even though I switched from Twitch to YouTube, and the live chat will not be appearing on the screen as usual, but I'll try to read everyone's replies at the end of the read along. So we already looked at the top 100, but it's when I repost this video on my manga channel, you can go take a look. But basically, we were just talking about how not Katakuri, Cracker has a die-hard fan that got him into the top. He's 21st. Freaking Katakuri is 31st, but someone spent $20,000 basically getting him to there by buying up, all the manga and sending the postcards and stuff. So, but yeah, to recap, basically what I said was my happiest thing is that Roshinante is 11th and Uta and Carrot are here next to each other. But please watch my video intro later. For now, we're going to jump into chapter 1191, and the cover art is absolutely gorgeous. We have a red afro Luffy, we have a blue afro Sanji, we have a green wolf, we have a green afro Jinbei. The girls are not wearing afros. Usopp already has an afro. And Nami looks really, really gorgeous, as she always does. Robin looks very 70s somehow. Oh, and it says soul never ages. That is so true. It's very beautiful. Woo! Okay. So that is a very beautiful and colorful and fun cover art. The chapter is titled There's Still Loki. Okay, so you guys ready? Please remember, I'm reading from the Shonen Jump app. You have to read from your app, or you can also use Manga Plus. I think it's free on Manga Plus to read it once. Oh yeah, Ulti. I would have loved to see Ulti in the top 100. I love her design. Okay, so we ended at a really horrible place with um so it starts with Luffy asking, "Why am I still alive? If I go out of this form, it's going to be bad news." And then he calls for Gaban. "Hey, old man! Old man! Osan!" "He got my arm. I'm sorry, it's only because you were defending me. Don't be stupid. I've lost my hope in you. I was fighting for Elbaf's sake. I guess we can't let things end this way." "Osan, who is that guy?" "Who he is not something anyone ought to know. If I had to call him anything, it would be God." Based on what definition? Whose definition? Okay. So then we see in the underworld, uh, some animals creeping closer, but then getting instantly knocked out by the, what is that called again? Conqueror's Haki, or you know? "Crew of the King of the Pirates. I failed to foresee what would become of those mere children at God Valley. I should have eliminated all of it, along with rocks, on that day years ago." And then, what is he doing? His eyes go like, and suddenly, boom! What is happening? What's he doing? Is he evolving? It can't get worse, can it? I feel like his horns on his forehead got bigger. Oh no, something's happening, and it's not. You know, today I was watching the anime, episode 1175 and the 74. I watched them together, and I swear, it's like every time we take one step forward, it's 3 steps back. And like, I feel like this part, we took 10 steps back and then 10 steps back. There's no stepping forward. For how many chapters now? He does look terrifying. Okay. And then on page... Excuse me, why are there only 17 pages? Are there usually 17 pages? Isn't it a bit short? Owl Library. Sun World. Rear entrance. "Oh, I'm so glad. All the books are fine." "Yes, Bubelo saved them all. So here's the thing, Chopper. I was hoping you could talk to Bubelo for us. It seems like he's trying to tell us something, but I can't tell what it is." "Really? I just assume Bubelo was a silent owl." "Hoo, hoo, 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 hoo." And then he speaks owl, and the Chopper says, "Huh?" Oh no! What is that? Hi, Paul. Oh no. Okay, so on page 8. First, I don't know what is happening, but there is the black lightning stuff, and the Gaban is writhing in pain. Luffy falls down, and this shows up. An impressive feat to escape Honebami's wrath at the cost of only one arm. I couldn't just let you get all free after an attack like that. There will be nothing left of thee after the next. I'd give you a round of applause, but you know. He lost an arm and he has time to make jokes? I'd give you a round of applause, but you know. Is that him? But he looks different. Take your people and get off Elbaf, Straw Hat. You know I can't do that. You're a dead man walking. You're useless. So are you. You can't fight like that. And then another Honebami. You can't do it. Run! Osan! And then, Hydrogen! He helps. He runs in to defend. But no! Whoa! Did he hit him? But then he did that little fire thing. Oh no! But he punched him really, really far. Whoa! Go Hydrogen! But the title is they're still Loki, right? Something about Loki. But he blasts him. He really, really far. Da da doom. Whoa. But he's sending those little fire things. And then he crash lands like he into something. What is that? A mountain? You'll never get me with that one again. What's that? What's that? Something like oh, it was he blocked it with his shield. Yasan, how can this be? He took off your arm? Thanks for the help, Hayruddin. But he's immortal. There's no way to win. Help Straw Hat Luffy escape. Straw Hat? Hey, stay out of this. I'm not running away. Listen to me, boy. What can you do with those injuries? I'm healing up my wounds right now. What nonsense are you talking? I made sure to fight on a full stomach. Don't worry, I can do this. That's not real logic. You can't keep fighting. It's clear. Oh, bombs. And then the Hydrogen picks them up. Oh, Hydrogen, no! He blocks the bombs. He protects them. Gah. Here he comes. Pull back so we can come up with a plan. Remember, Yasan, Elbaf will never give in. Shit, someone's gonna die. Hydrogen's gonna die. Hydrogen's gonna die. Don't be oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hydrogen's gonna die, and then they're gonna say they're still Loki, cause he's supposed to be the king, but then oh no, oh no, no, don't die. And then, oh my god, he said it, he said it, he said it. If I die, there's still Loki. Don't say that. That's right, brother. Loki? Square up. Pwah! And I'm all better. Are you, Luffy? What is wrong with these guys? See, Yasan, you don't know. You don't know. You haven't known Luffy for very long. So then we have Loki running up and Luffy gomu-gomuing triple general GOKOU sovereignty! Wow! But he blocked, but wow! How could it end there? What kind of... This is the shortest chapter in triple general GOKOU sovereignty. I love to see it. Hydrogen, Loki, and Luffy attacking together. But to be fair, he doesn't look worried, does he? He doesn't look worried. But it's still so good to see them fight together. And I love Yasan's comment. What is wrong with these guys? Yeah, I know about another break. I won't say anything because it might be misconstrued as me not wanting Oda to take a break. But of course, everyone wants Oda to take all the time he needs. Oh, damn. Why was it so short? Wait, usually it's just a couple of pages, but it feels like so many. It's not, it's the same. The last one was 17. The last one before that was 17. The last one before that was 17. How is this possible? It feels like everything is 17. Why does it feel shorter than ever? That's weird. It feels to me like someone edited my memories just now. Like, cannot be that every chapter has been 17 pages. Oh my god. Luffy getting all fatty is wild. His stomach must be a dimensional portal that saved the food in another dimension. Yeah. We don't know. Anything's possible in his Gear 5. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at what everyone said. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the fact how that was a normal amount of pages when it feels like that gone. What happened? Okay, just give me a second. I wish we could get a double chapter just once. Just once. Honestly, I wouldn't mind even if Oda took off a week just to give us 2 chapters for another week. I still just want to read 32 pages together once. But not, I don't want to wait. I want Oda to release 32 pages together because he decided this moment needs to be released at once. That's what I want, you know? Luffy is Kirby at this point. Oh, I never played whatever game Kirby is from, so, but I know that he inhales food and then becomes like it. Or something. Okay, so here is Rohit's thoughts. Damn, Hydrogen is really built like that, huh? Well, he is Harold's son, so it makes sense. I can't believe people have gone crazy for this over false leaks, to the point even other fandoms joined in to make fun of Oda. One Piece fans are very reactionary, at least. Wait. What? What do you mean? What, like, you're talking out of context. I don't understand. I didn't see the leaks. I try and avoid social media as much as I can unless I want to post something. Ugh. The false leak. Oh, here we go. Context. The false leak were that We see several scenes of Zoro and Somers fighting. It never happened. Luffy fully recovers because he ate food he stored in his pants. He didn't eat anything, he just has great endurance and determination. Even Gaban says he is reckless. 3. Emu saying that he should have killed Gaban on God Valley. Emu saying he should have killed Gaban. He was actually talking about all Roger's pirates. Yes, that was clear. And on top, people didn't like Hyrijin striking Emu, and they forgot that in Dressrosa, Hyrijin strikes a guy who weighed 10,000 tons. That just sounds to me like people complaining because people want to complain. First of all, in my Discord, we're not allowed to talk about the episodes. Like, no one posts anything about the episode until it has the chapter, until it has officially been released. Because I think it's disrespectful. Everyone has different things that they feel is disrespectful. Like, some people think doing reactions in the first place is disrespectful. And to that, you can have your opinion. I think just like gaming streams, it only helps to promote. It depends how you do it, of course, but I think it adds to the community rather than takes away from it. But personally, leaking something and making huge claims, and like, if you're really excited and you take a peek at leaks, do what you want to do because it is difficult to avoid spoilers. But being the person that leaks, of course, is disrespectful. And then making huge claims about leaked content and like, it just seems like you're looking for trouble, doesn't it? So I don't know. We're in a very weird place right now, online, where I feel like, well, first of all, anime and manga is becoming way more mainstream, like super fast. And that means the fandoms are getting bigger and bigger. And it has a lot of benefits, obviously. But I feel like the bigger a fandom gets, the more asshats will be in that fandom. And they usually infect each other. Like, it's like a ripple effect. So I don't know. It's online discussions are going to become less and less fun when it's out in the wild. But I feel like smaller communities that are actually interested in talking about something they like, that doesn't mean we only say positive things. You can have criticisms, but don't wear yourself out engaging in these huge communities where people are literally engagement farming by rage baiting. So I'm just saying, to not wear yourself out, be careful. Because I'm going to do my best to stay far away from certain kinds of people. Tiago says, at this point, striking Emu is not anything out of the ordinary. If it's from a blind spot, as his track record says, he sucks at managing surprise hits. Emu's observation haki is not that great. I feel like he hasn't been in the field for a hot minute. The man has been a sheltered little, or the demon, I don't know what to call him. He's been sheltered, okay? He has had, maybe for hundreds of years, other people's fighting his fight for him. And he's not worried either. Like, it's like a fly just annoying you. Beep, 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 He doesn't give a shit. But also, he does seem to be weak. We've talked about that. So he might not be managing his own weaknesses right now very well. Like, they warned him, don't leave, and he went anyway. Yeah, he's immortal. He doesn't care. Shit. The reason the chapter felt short because there wasn't many panels. Meanwhile, other chapters have more panels. Maybe. This was very action-packed, so it went like... Ray says, Emu needs to stop looking sorry if he wants me to take him seriously as the final villain of the series. And then Doji, Emu lost me with this chapter. This man doesn't give a shit. He's like walking through You know when you walk through a swamp and there's a couple of bugs swatting at you, like you slap a few, you get annoyed by a few, but I don't know, people are underestimating him and they're gonna see. I don't know, what do you guys think? I don't even think they're underestimating him. Like, what do they want? He's he he's been insanely resilient. Like it's almost as if he doesn't notice like anything. He just like he's in his own world and he fights a little bit, but then he thinks and then he's like he's literally in his own world half the time and he just engages in reality like to swat someone away. Bye. I don't think people really know what they want. Okay, let me quickly check. One of the reasons Oda's latest break was him working on a lot of projects. One of them was the God Valley movie. That's what someone says. And then someone replied, "Perhaps I treated you too harshly." So he's not even taking relaxing breaks. He's taking breaks to make more. Okay, how do I search One Piece? One Piece 1191. He has been already in Elba for longer than what I was expecting, since he reached there already coughing blood. I was expecting him for 5 chapters max before he had to leave. How many chapters has he been there now? Okay, so this comment from Three Skull Joe, or this tweet says, "It seems to me that Luffy is not using the power of imagination to magically close his wounds. He's using energy from food to sustain Gear 5 and through that willing himself to be able to continue. The injuries are not erased. Luffy is just ignoring / denying it. As Luffy says at the start of the chapter, once Gear 5 fades, he will be in a very bad situation, and he will likely need extensive medical aid. Denial is closely associated with concepts of imagination, especially in ways that require disengagement from objective reality." Mm-hmm. Whoa, someone posted this. But look at these ones. It's like their heads have been cut open. And they have the horns. Like a lobotomy or something. Mm. Okay, wait. Let me click the hashtag for One Piece 1191. So, this is about uh the movie announcement. Apparently, BAAD is Somali for "you are." This seems like a Blackbeard movie and a parody on the One Piece opening song, "We Are." When Oda assigned countries to the characters, he revealed Blackbeard is from Somalia. Oh, that's why people are saying it might be a teach movie. God Valley will be a canon movie. The fact that they've already revealed the title for 2029 tells me it will also be canon and that it will be big for the One Piece world. Mm. What do you think the owl was telling Chopper? Quick theory. Luffy will eat his crew. Zoro and Sanji are literally referred to as his chicken wings, while Chopper has already been acknowledged as his emergency food. I don't know. I don't think he's telling Chopper that. Why would he know that? This is a tweet from Black Tyonte Zavi. This might be one of the most deeply parallel panel of the chapter. Hydrogen, giant slash ancient giant, and Loki, ancient giant, and Luffy, sun god Nika, facing demon Emu. In the mural, you see Joy Boy, the ancient giant, and a giant facing the demon also. Basically, the mural is not only showing us the past, but also the present. Even with the shield and everything, the same shield. Like, it's the same pattern, I think. Owl was saying, y'all gonna die. Hi, Gustavo. Owls hunt and eat parrots time to time. He's telling Emu's weakness. Here's another theory from AFTAB underscore KH. Something, something. Khan. Oh, Aftab Khan 34. The theory is Bublo is a human from the Void Century who ate a standard Zoan devil fruit and has been living in permanent full beast form for 800 years. He is not just an old owl with a paramecia. He is a living relic, a scholar of the ancient kingdom, or a close ally of Joy Boy, who deliberately transformed himself into an owl to survive the purge and become the ultimate guardian of forbidden knowledge. I don't. How long is this clip? Guys, this is bad. Do you see? Did you see? It's basically it's uh Ace getting donutted. Roger's right hand watching in 4K, and meanwhile Roger's left hand cave diving. Oh, dang. That just hurts. When you beat the boss, but a second health bar appears. I really don't understand what people want from Emu at this point. Like, this is not the end of One Piece. He's like, he might be the final villain, probably, but my point is, this is not the end of One Piece. Like, what do they expect him to do right now? He was established to be, like, they didn't want him to come here for a reason, and he's still slaughtering everyone. He might be getting, like, boop, boop here and there, a little, but really, what's happening to him, and what do they want? We've got to have a conversation about spoilers presenting information that turns out to be misleading or even entirely wrong. Luffy didn't regenerate, Zoro isn't in the chapter, and Imu was speaking about the entire Roger pirates, not just Gaban. If they can't present correct information, then there's really no point in posting early spoilers. It just ends up creating confusion and encourages people to jump to misguided conclusions. Leakers would do better to just wait for proper clarification. Leak or don't post spoilers at all. Yeah. While Akainu was putting his fist through Ace, Gabon was putting. Don't even. I'm not finishing that. Oh damn. Chapters since the God Knights mobilized. But we don't know what they're doing. We don't know. We don't know. The tweet says, "Can we call him the biggest fraud of One Piece after Mihawk?" Hairudin, excuse me, sent a 10,000-ton dude flying, but sending Emu flying is where some people draw the line. What? Do you think this means something? Maybe it's just Oda's favorite number. I feel like some people are a bit in a rush. Like, they should just wait for, I don't know, 100 chapters to come out and then read. Because people complaining every chapter by chapter by chapter how Emu is not good enough for them, I feel like they lack patience. Emu will have one final form and 6 horns. In the second form, Emu has 2 horns. In the third form, Emu has 4 horns. In the fourth form, Emu will have 6, like in the Elbaf mural. Basically, Emu will parallel the actual biblical mark of the beast, being of 666, and Nero, his emperor, was connected to it. Where's 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. I should find a way to log into Twitter again on my computer, because then I can show you guys these things properly. It's the same thing that I did for Egghead. Do you mean you were like complaining and kind of impatient? It's okay, like, they don't have to like it. But I just feel like it sounds they're getting ahead of themselves. Like, they don't even see the full picture yet. Not like they can't judge it until it's over, but even what we have at the moment, they don't look at the whole of the arc as it is. They look at it chapter by chapter, and then they just, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. But if you look at the whole of what has already been revealed, he's not weak. He is in a weakened state, but he's still slaughtering everyone. So what more do they want? I think they want like one chapter where it's just Emu eating every page, like just him being just tearing characters' throats off. I don't really know. But that's what I mean with they're not even seeing the whole picture, because they're seeing, they're looking at this chapter and see him being punched, and then they have an issue. But look at the whole. Look at what he's done in the last 10 chapters. Oh, you binged it and then you enjoyed it more. I think that for some people that will really work. Hmm. You don't have to like everything. Sometimes it's just in the way that you watch it. And I do think it would work better if some people read it in batches instead of, yeah. Okay. I think that's more or less everything. This is so true. Aw, you're sweet. Hello, human resources? Who is agenda filled? One Piece Twitter is super reactionary. What does that mean? Like I feel like the reason for that, if I understand it correctly, is just because the faster you talk about something, the more engagement you get. The if you wait and wonder, like, the more reactionary you are, the more engagement you get. So it's rewarding. It's kind of like football. The referee gives them the yellow cards if they scream and cry loud enough, so they keep screaming and crying and rolling and performing because they get rewarded for it. So hmm. With these out of the way, blah blah blah. This is so disgusting. Someone made some kind of AI demon shit and they said, why didn't Oda draw something like this? This is AI slop. They like that more than this? This is fucking cool. Who are these people? They're just farming. Robin asks Chopper to go to Bublo because she has noticed something. And the Bublo tells Chopper something that leaves him shocked. We do not know what Bublo said, but Chopper appears to be very shocked. Nah. I don't wanna, I can't even. There's just a bunch of insults. But the more you engage with it, the more they'll keep doing it. Because. No. They'll keep hate farming and hate reading. But at the end of the day, when you look at the numbers, people love One Piece. People keep buying One Piece because Oda's doing a great job and the story is unfolding in a very exciting way. It's a manga with a thousand more chapters. Like, I don't really know what they expect to happen, but I feel like most seem to be just out to complain, but I'm enjoying it a lot. This chapter felt to me super exciting. It felt like one of those episodes that go by in 5 minutes. I don't think I've ever felt that way about the chapter. And I'm just very excited to see what exactly, because I don't think, even as cool as the sovereignty move is, he does not look phased. He like blocks like this. It's like, and then he gets blasted back, but then he keeps getting up. He keeps. So I don't know. What do you guys think? It looks fantasy slop boss fight. Yeah, no, it's Brother Ew indeed. They farm hate content on One Piece because it's the biggest thing out there to farm from. 100%. It's sad because I'm one of the. I always talk about, you can be a very big fan of something and still not think it's perfect. Especially when it comes to One Piece anime, for example, like pacing wise, there's always going to be something that you don't like, no matter what anime it is. Even the last episode of Bleach, that is one of the greatest things that I've ever seen, but there's still like you're always gonna. I don't know how to explain it, but my point is, when you read something, you're allowed to dislike it. But when I read these tweets, it's not about something they dislike. It's more about, like you guys said, also saying things specifically to hate farm, to engagement farm. I don't know. Maybe it's just a feeling that I get. Maybe they're. I would like to go through their, if I had the time. I would like to go to these accounts and see if they only post a bunch of negative things about One Piece, then like a true fan will like some things and they will dislike some things, and there's no problem with that. But most of the times with these kind of people online, it's just hate, 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 because they get rewarded for it. Because saying, "Oh, I like this and I don't like that," doesn't get people talking, and But if you just say a bunch of crappy, disrespectful things, even to Oda himself, well, I guess that gets people clicking. One Piece cover story reaction when? I don't know. I started and then I stopped, and I don't know why I stopped. Is there like a website that shows all the cover stories? Let me see. But most importantly, I thought that was a super exciting chapter. I feel like whenever I've been on the edge of my seat every chapter for the last few weeks, whenever there's a new chapter, I'm terrified of Emu. Honestly, I am scared for Luffy. My least favorite part, I guess, in all this last couple of chapters was just like, I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want people to take it negatively. But when in the last chapter, when Gaban was like shitting on Luffy, but in that moment it made complete sense, but it still hurts. And the way that he held Luffy like by the neck or something, and but it's not bad writing or anything. It's just it hurts to see. Um and I guess I also got a bit frustrated with everyone shitting on Rayleigh and propping up Gaban. So that was probably part of it. So now you see Gaban shitting on Luffy. It was just like a lot. I can DM you a Reddit. That would be helpful. This is a One Piece stream, and we're talking about the latest arc. So I feel like you're not really trying to take part in our conversation, but I will answer you just quickly. I have Demon Slayer, Jujutsu Kaisen, I have Tokyo Ghoul, Tokyo Ghoul Re, I have Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. I have Kaiji number 8 from, that was a gift. Most of my manga was gifts. I bought the first 10 volumes of Attack on Titan. Oh, and I bought all of Tokyo Ghoul Re. Frieren was gifted to me by Dark Shadow. Jujutsu Kaisen was gifted to me by ABC. I have some One Punch Man. I bought Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Manga is really expensive. I have a five volumes of Noragami. Yeah. I don't know. I watched some anime when I was a kid, and then in the last 7 or 8 years, I dove all in. Oh right, they have all of Dragon Ball from Espada. Do you think Usopp will get his moment in this arc? I never care about stuff like that. I don't know. I don't. The only moment I care about is Zoro's backstory, and I don't think that's ever gonna happen. So beyond that, I don't think any character deserves any specific moment in any specific arc. Like, I do understand, like, okay, it's Elbaf. Like, when it was Wano, I thought this is where Zoro is, we're gonna learn more about him. That's all I cared about. And then we didn't. So, Oda likes to subvert expectations like that. Okay, here's a Reddit page. Buggy's Crew Adventure Chronicles, Diary of Kobe Meppo, Django's Dawn's Paradise, Hachan's Seafloor Stroll. I think I've read up to there. Maybe Wapple's Omnivorous Hurrah, maybe. I think that's where I ended because I do remember seeing him make a bunch of toys. They don't want me to read this unless I have a freaking account. Go away. Look at that. What am I supposed to do now? How can you force me? There's Ace's Great Blackbeard Search. That's where what I haven't seen from here. When I was a child in my country, many anime were often shown, especially on Sundays. We got his backstory in an SBS, but I haven't read the SBS, and I don't want SBS information. I want the movie then. If you're gonna just reveal it in the SBS, I still want to see it. Catch the thief that didn't pay the tab. So was that Ace? Sorry about the dine and dash. Gathering information. The wrong person. Dr. Blackbeard. Poor guy. Thrown in the river. Oh, shoot. Saving a life downstream from town. Ace awakens. This girl, have we seen her? Is she that other milkmaid? The dairy lass, Moda's dilemma. A little favor for saving my life. Aww. We also figure out who Frankie's parents are in an SBS. Oh shit. So, okay guys, I'm going to recommit to cover story read-alongs and SBSs. Ace being a real pirate. Stealing food, attacking innocent people. Grand Line Navy Base G2. Infiltrating the Navy base to get information. The Navy's all-you-can-eat buffet. Aww. Ohayo. Hmm? What's this? Kono kuru hige. Oh, kono. Wait. What? Kuro hige daiso sasenbori boru I don't know. Ace was in Lelouchia. So it is that girl, right? It is her. Look at his face! No! Guys, seriously, I need cover stories to be movies. The Intruder, Commander Ace. Military court coffee is bitter. Look at his face! Look at his face! That's so funny. Vice Admiral Camille dislikes the base's bitter coffee. That's so random. He was him on his own, a freaking cover story. Dr. Blackbeard is probably dead. Yeah, special episodes. 60-minute movies. Go! The top secret naval reconnaissance ship returns to port. Ooh. An arson incident flares up on the... I feel like, sadly, times have changed a lot for... Because anime and manga is more mainstream, it's earning so much more money, of course. And people in the West see the potential in that. So they kind of try and glob on to the success. And I think it will have some bad side effects. And sadly, we won't be getting stuff that was so gorgeous and classic and fun and interesting and cool. Like, you know all those little 60-minute Dragon Ball movies. We'll never have stuff like that again, I feel. Everything has become too big and grand, and if it's not gonna make 10 million bajillion dollars, then they don't even want to commit to it anymore. I don't know. Like, it feels like smaller fun things are gonna be sacrificed just for the... Because look at the fandoms. All they want now is impact frames and all the biggest... Nothing can just be good anymore. It has to be... I don't know. Yes, I've been to Japan. So then, pirates set fire to the ship out of spite. There will be trouble if the top secret information burns up. A lone Navy man dives into the inferno. I wonder who that could be. The Navy man who saved lives and information is on fire. Wow, that's so cool. Kanji on the jacket says justice. Kanji on the suitcase says secret. Ace busted. Forgot something, which is look at the holes. Oh my god, if only who is more handsome, Henry Cavill or Brad Pitt? Henry Cavill, no doubt, zero doubt, not even close. I'm not just talking about their faces, I'm talking about their personalities, and I barely know them from, like, my point is, I've only seen a couple of Henry Cavill's posts, but he's a gamer. And Brad Pitt seems to allegedly have emotionally and even maybe physically abused his wife, so don't change the subject. We're reading One Piece. Would you like some yummy milk? Oh, oh, she was doing to like sell. Oh, so cute. It's like an ad, cause maybe she needed to sell her milk. Oh, that's so sweet. Successfully extracted information about Blackbeard. Oh, and that's another thing that I wanted to add on to the conversation I was just talking about. You know, about how things nowadays, it always has to be bigger, it always has to be better. And like, it annoys me we won't get fun and silly stuff because it's like the fandom, all they want is like badass murderers and like edgy boys. I want people like Ace, who was silly. He had the like what's that disorder where you fall asleep? Insomnia? No. Her father? Is that do you think that was a letter for her father? I thought it was like maybe she was trying to sell her milk. But yeah, it feels like we won't just get cool, fun, silly characters because now everyone has to be. I don't know. Narcolepsy, thank you. So he successfully extracted information about Blackbeard. That is very, very cool. I think what was cool 10 years ago is not what is cool now. Which I don't, maybe I'm just old, but some of the things that people think are cool nowadays. Yeah, yeah. The fans would have hated Emmy's lobby nowadays for going Mary saving them. Stuff like that. I really feel like times have changed. I'm getting old, guys. Back in my day. I mean, I've only been a fan of One Piece for what, 7 years, but those things came out. I mean, One Piece started 20 years ago. And I don't really think. I think Oda has, like, he's how to say, he's grown, but he still has the essence of One Piece. He's still in One Piece. But it's like the fans, the bigger the fandom gets because it's becoming more mainstream and stuff, all the extra people feels like they don't appreciate One Piece for what makes it One Piece sometimes. I feel that. Like, Bleach has stuff that makes Bleach Bleach. One Piece has stuff that makes One Piece One Piece. Naruto has stuff that makes it Naruto, you know? And I just feel like the newer, bigger fan, like, it's everyone is expecting Jujutsu Kaisen or something. I don't know. Am I just old? Oda doesn't care about what fans think. He writes what he thinks is good, which is how we got Gear 5 being fun and goofy instead of dark and edgy. That's what I said though. Oda has improved, like he's grown as an artist and as a creator, but it's still One Piece. It's not One Piece that's changing, and thank God for that. But the fandom is becoming more difficult to engage with online sometimes because of people's expectations. The Navy galley vessel comes to buy some milk. Oh. So they were her parents and she just wanted to see them again. That is so sweet. Coffee with milk makes for happy meetings. So cute. Oh, I love that. Such a happy ending. In the name of pirates. Ace. Oda should do Gear 6 in the future. More goofy and funny. Can you really be that old when you keep saying 6'7"? But by accident. Accident. There were actually complaints when Marineford was weekly. Do remember, please remember what I said earlier. It's normal for fans to not love every single thing about an anime or a manga. If you love a person, you love them even if you don't like every single thing about them, because that's what love is. Like, you accept the good and the bad, but you love them as a whole. That doesn't mean you like every single thing they do or say or think, but you love them. It's the same with anime and manga. You might not love every single thing, and when you talk about what you like and what you dislike, that's a good conversation. So it's not like I'm saying people never complained about One Piece. People never, but it's just, if you look at the kind of complaints, and like I said, if you go to these people's accounts, there's not positives and negatives. There's not actual engaging discussions. It seems like just hate reading for engagement. And that doesn't mean everyone, but it's just like the fandoms are getting bigger. So those kind of people are getting more prevalent, and because they are rewarded for being that way, it'll only get worse unless we stop engaging with it, which is tough. Because sometimes it's not easy to understand, like, are they being sincere? Is this something worth discussing? Or are they just being reactionary and hateful and, you know? What? Being fun and goofy doesn't have to come at the cost of contradicting one of the core messages of One Piece, which is following and achieving dreams is possible if you have will. How does it contradict that? Okay, let's see Gedatsu's accidental blue sea life. Oh, Gedatsu, the one that goes. An angel comes down from the sky. Hey, but I've seen this. I remember Gedatsu's story. Did I read Ace's story before? I don't remember this coffee meeting. An island full of holes. Unexpectedly alive. Look at Gedatsu's face! Goro, the hole digger's dream, is Hot Spring Island. Is Gedatsu going in through the window? What is his problem? I've decided to become the boss of the Blue Sea, and he's sitting in a barrel. This guy is a freak. I love him. Don't forget to breathe when you spend the day digging. Master Gedatsu. I think I might have seen maybe some of these covers. You have to eat with your mouth on a day of digging, Master Gedatsu. He's putting the sandwich in his ear. Having a super special and rare devil fruit that was also the power of the previous Messiah contradicts that message. It does not. It's not like anyone can eat that devil fruit and just unlock its grandest potential. Luffy hasn't even really done that himself. Like, he's still... This chapter shows us he's being fucked up. That's like saying you give someone a diamond encrusted piano and that's why they can play that's why they became a famous and a wonderful pianist, because they had a special piano. That's not really how that works. You just want to dislike it. You don't really want to hear someone else's take on why. You've decided, and that's okay, but I very strongly disagree with you, and I feel like your take is, what's the word I'm looking for? Petty, for lack of a better word. You could give that devil fruit to 100, 1,000 people. They would never be able to do what Luffy has done with it. Don't forget to blink while you dig, Master Gedatsu. Oh my gosh, what is Gedatsu doing? Oh my... You must bathe after digging so many holes, Master Gedatsu. Look at the towel on his head. Stand on the ground while you dig, Master Gedatsu. I think they struck gold here. Oh, I struck upon something. What is that? Awaken the legendary boss of the earth. Mole people. Jet the punch! The sky boss versus the earth boss. I unexpectedly brought him down. I made it my slave and unexpectedly altered its helmet. Why is everything unexpectedly? Dig, dig, earth boss. We hit pay dirt. Hurrah! Oh god. I feel like you won't change your mind. And that's fine. But can we move on to a different conversation? Because comparing what Luffy's fruit to a nuke is ridiculous, and I can't take your thought seriously while I'm trying to focus on this. The explosion brings out the forest boss. Ooh, so we went from the earth boss to the forest boss. And the mole knocks out the forest boss. The sky boss who made the forest boss his henchman. Leave the forest boss in charge of the island and keep digging. Are you asking who? I opened the Pandora's box of the Gear 5 discussion. I feel like he has some pent-up frustration, so maybe you helped him a little bit, but yeah, I don't know how to... It's an anime with talking animals and rubber powers, and it's 1,000 chapters, and one guy can't relate to something and now it's the end of the world. Like, sorry, your imagination is so small. The unexpected arrival at the desert oasis. Text on the helmet says boss, and on the t-shirt it says sand. Goro, Koza's uncle and Toto's little brother, returns home by chance. Huh? Goro, Koza's uncle and Toto's little brother, returns home by chance. So this is actually his home. Look at Gedatsu just standing there, too cool to be part of this reunion. The hot spring inspection squad. Karu! I keep switching. Why am I switching? On our return, we were startled by the forest boss's big project. So it's pretty much the onsen is done. Yes, and we discussed your question, Ramon. And I said, your opinion is fine to have, but it's not our opinion. We disagree, and we've already said why we disagree. So now we can all just enjoy One Piece for what it is. Okay? On our return, okay, so there's a huge and gorgeous onsen. A tunnel to the unexpected hot spring island opens in the country of sand. Wow. I like how the mole is just constantly like, and now everyone is starting to be like, Pincer's ocean floor bus service begins. Oh, so they're going from there to there. Wow. He was this Pincer thing was in that chapter, right? No, not chapter, arc. It was in Arabasta arc, right? So they made instead of a cat bus, they made a kani bus, I think. Phoebe! The princess and her entourage pay a visit. He is so funny. Yeah. I just want Eneru to come back. I don't know how. I miss him. The men's boss. We have Karu and Pal. Look at Pal. He's banged up, huh? But he looks awesome. Why does that look so awesome? And there's more duckies. And there's Koza and the Toto. The woman's boss. Vivi looking gorgeous as she does. Gedatsu, the blue sea boss. Dum. That's the boss attendant, Master Gedatsu. What this is the most Eneru face ever. Drop by accidental boss on Hot Spring Island. What does this mean? It means he thinks he's the boss, but he ended up being an attendant. I remember theories about how this is going to help Arabasta when the flood happens. Ooh, cool. Drop by accidental boss on Hot Springs Island. And you just got one of the pick for the thumbnail. No thanks. No thanks. But he's so funny. Oh shoot, that reminds me. I need to roll. So let's try and remember for next time. We can go from Miss Golden Week's Operation Meet Baroque Works. Because I still want to do a little book read along, but I don't know if it's really ideal for YouTube. What are you guys gonna do this week? Any special plans? I would definitely go to any hot springs in Japan or just anywhere. Hot springs just heals the body, heals the mind, heals the soul. Oh, I completely forgot. Booty, do you remember regarding the conversation about Luffy and Gear 5? I feel like we did have a conversation about that. And in one of my video intros, specifically in the last maybe 5 or so videos. Do you remember? Because I feel like if that person, it feels like you had more you wanted to say, but I'm kind of like winding down and focusing on, I wonder where it was. Maybe this one, it could have been. I'm going to my nephew's 16th and it's going to be a golfing event. Ooh, do you golf? Actually, maybe it was, there was a specific, podcast video. Maybe after this one. So it could be here or here. No, here or here. I remember the conversation. I could find it and look for the next chapter. I could check. Let me just quickly check if that person is still around, and if you are interested in the conversation, my most thought out content, excuse me, my most thought out answer, I did give it in a video at some point, but I don't remember which video. It wasn't 1185, it wasn't 1186. On the 10th of May. Hey, where is the 10th of May? That's long ago. 3 months ago. So it could be this one, 1180. No, not 1180. Maybe 1181. No. Shoot. I can't find it. I'm sorry. I guess I'll post it when I remember it. This was April. This was too long ago. Okay. But I'm going to end I think I'm going to end the stream here. And then I'm just going to take a 10-minute break and decide if I want to try to go back to Twitch to read my book. Oh, there we go. 1182. Thank you. So if you're still around, check my manga read along for 1182. Okay, my internet died. It's back. Never mind. There we go. It says in the pinned comment, a discussion pre-chapter about Luffy's character. So I spoke for 20 minutes, more than 20 minutes, about the question about Gear 5 and the Luffy and it changes the meaning. Oh, it means he didn't work hard. It ruins the core message. Oh, my core message. Of course, you checked 1181 and 1183 and skipped the actual chapter. That's just my curse, apparently. A reaction video to my theories? I don't have theories. I'm watching SAO Season 3 and then reading Hunter x Hunter. I'm looking forward to my next Hunter x Hunter read along also. I'm going to be reading on oh, not next week. It'll be the 4th of September. I'm going to be reading like 3 more chapters. Okay, so let me take just a 10-minute break, and then I will let you guys know on Discord if I'm gonna be streaming a bit more for the book read along. I think this book read along is also cursed. But yeah. Thank you, Rohitalia. Thank you, Booty, Hunter, Mawachi, EA Official, Jolly D, Joestar, and everyone else for being part of the conversation. I really enjoyed the cover stories. They're really cute and funny. It feels like a very nice energy after the very heavy chapter. Well, it wasn't heavy, but I just don't have a good feeling. Like, it ended strong for our side, but I don't think it's going to scratch him. Nothing scratches him. He's immortal! Ah! Panic, panic! Okay. Thank you guys, and see you next time. Bye. You're on chapter 54? Okay. Enjoy. There's a lot to read. Bye. I don't know how to end the stream, but I'm gonna try.